I have a bit of a confession to make on this video. This face cam and audio is being recorded after I played the game. Because something went severely wrong with the original audio, I wasn't able to salvage it. In fact, I'll include a short clip of the original audio here.
Not seeing much else, I grab a piece of rubble from the floor of the dungeon and chuck it with all my strength at the nearest minotaur.
Yeah, you see what I mean? It sounds horrible. It was not usable. I usually don't do this, but in this case, so if things seem off or like the timing of what I say seems off, that's why. I apologize. Anyways, let's launch right into it. Hello and welcome to a game called Celestial Crossing. I don't know a whole lot about it. Sorry. I don't know much about it, but anyways, just launch right in. It's a demo. Cool. Clang! Crash! A demon voice groans in pain and a woman calls out.
Damn it, Hikaru! What are you doing? Counting the cracks in the fucking ceiling?
Okay. I blink, surprised. I take in the scene in front of me. Nerith, the elven warlock at my side, is facing off against two snarling minotaurs. Her short sword looks pathetically puny where it clashes against their heavy broadaxes, and a bolt of fear shoots through me. Without questioning how I found myself in this situation, I feel my body moving automatically. Ooh. Weapon. My fingers fly to the hilt of the heavy mace that should have been hanging at my side, only to come up empty? The hell? Walking around completely unarmed? Not seeing much else, I grabbed a piece of rubble from the floor of the dungeon and chucked it with all my strength at the nearest minotaur. Thump! It glanced off his back, but caught his attention.
A rock. Really?
The minotaur seemed to decide that I am too annoying to live and abandoned its tussle with Nerith to shamble my way instead. Shit. Her hands wave through the complicated motions of a spell, and when she expels her breath, a cloud of icy vapor pours over the two monsters, freezing them into solid statues. Before I can do more than panic, Nerith leaps into action. Then with complete nonchalance, she kicked one over, shattering it into several large pieces. There are bits everywhere, and the dead minotaur's arm skitters over to land near my foot. Nausea rolls in my stomach, and I try to focus on what she is saying to distract myself.
Such a
Hi.
damn waste. Oh, that pretty loot. All because you decided to do nothing but waste air on this mission.
What are you talking about? After toppling over the second statue and looking sadly at the shattered remains of her loot, she glares over at me. I can't help but quail a little. She's pretty damn terrifying when she's pissed. I'm not sure what happened. I look down and suddenly she interrupts in a carefully disinterested tone.
You alright?
It seemed crazy that I didn't notice sooner, but there's a slowly spreading bloodstain just above my stomach. I look down. Not feeling pain. That's a bad thing, correct? The sight is almost as alarming as the realization that it doesn't hurt at all. What the... I don't even remember getting this.
Well, what did you expect, showing up dressed like that? Idiot.
It all suddenly became clear. I'm wearing my school uniform. I shouldn't be here. I can't be here. Nerith is me in the... game. What?
And how was your nap, Izumi-san?
Hi. The entire class was laughing so hard, I fantasized briefly about vanishing into the floor. The worst part is embarrassing myself in front of Agano, though this isn't quite as bad as the time I fell asleep and had a dirty dream about her in the middle of class. At least there's no drool. Wow. Carry on.
Go stand in the hallway, Izumi. I'll deal with you in a minute.
I feel my face flush in humiliation as I make the walk of shame through the classroom, trying my best to ignore the snickers and giggles. It's a small relief to shut the door behind me, but I hate that Agano is disappointed. Again. Especially since the nap wasn't really worth the embarrassment. What a lame dream. Fighting beside my game character and failing at it? Even in my imagination, I'm a freaking loser. Thinking back to battle, I can easily place the setting now that I'm not asleep. It looked like the final level before the end of the Lich Lord quest. Maybe I'm subconsciously trying to remind myself that I need to max out her level before the expansion gets released. And, as it always is, thinking about Celestial Crossing is a metaphorical balm on my soul. Hey, that's the name of the game! Roll credits! Crossing Con is coming up too. I need to grind through my Lich Lord Keep and maybe the Forest too.
Keep falling asleep in my class again.
My automatic reaction is to squeak out her name, but it comes out sounding like Ack!
If you spent more time at home sleeping properly and less time playing games, maybe we wouldn't have to have this little chat once a week.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Her gaze is stern at first, but as she sighs, the wind seems to go out of her.
Honestly, Izumi-san, it's not as though you're a bad student when you apply yourself. I know your father isn't home, but I need you to try harder.
My face heats up and I hang my head like an idiot. At 18 years old, I'm way too old to be falling asleep in class all the time, barely passing all of my subjects. I know many people that fall asleep in class. Seriously. I know this! It was only easy to level up in real life as it is in a game. Oh, I hear ya. I hear ya. It's hard not to drift back into a daydream as she scolds me, but I manage not to. The rest of the day passes by in a fog of sleepiness amid the judgmental stares of my classmates. The walk home is peaceful by comparison. I'm close to the apartment complex I live at when I see a familiar head turn the adjacent corner.
Oh, hey, Hikaru-kun. Heading home?
Hi. Why do I blush every time she so much as looks at me? Yeah, I just got out of school. Of course she knows that. The time of day and my uniform makes it fairly obvious, idiot. Time to deflect. Deflect! You went grocery shopping? I motion lamely towards the plastic bag she's holding, and they look a little heavy. By some miracle, she actually smiles. Uh-huh, I got some ingredients to make dinner tonight. She laughs lightly before giving me a mock angry look. It figures that we'd bump into each other when I have food. It seems like the only time you ever see me is when I'm trying to feed you. I can't do impressions that well, I'm sorry. Sorry, Mika. She throws her elbow playfully at my midsection. It takes all of my willpower not to grunt like a little sissy. Wow. She's completely wrong, of course. In the entire span of time we've known each other as next-door neighbors, I don't think I've sought her out once. In fact, up until my mother passed, I got the sense she didn't even like me. She stopped coming over to play when she entered junior high 2 years ahead of me. It wasn't hard to figure out that she probably didn't want a little kid hanging around with her older friends. When Mom passed, though, she started showing up again. Mostly with food, but also sometimes just to make sure I was taking care of myself. Now, Hikaru, can you please try to be a little more comfortable with me? We've known each other since we were practically in diapers. Actually, do you think I could walk home with you? I wouldn't mind some company. I feel the skin under my collar go hot. I've always been in love with her, of course. But with her looks and the fact she's already dating real men at her university, I have less than a snowball's chance in hell. I'm pretty sure I nod or something because Mika continues smiling and falls into step beside me. The silence that falls between us is painfully awkward. I feel myself start to sweat a little as we pass by the park and a couple of houses. There's still a good 2 or 3 blocks before we make it home, and I have no idea how to entertain her. Make small talk. How's school going? Her smile is friendly and a little relieved, as if she were equally bothered by the tension. Not too bad, but the workload is pretty intense. Industrial chemistry isn't a field to get into if you want to have any kind of social life. You mean you don't have much free time anymore? Right, I can't remember the last time I went out with friends or on dates. I try not to perk up too noticeably at that last part. Mika turns her attention back to me and her grin widens. He's like, ooh. This doesn't count as a free time activity, by the way. I always have time to cook for you. My mouth gapes open a little at her casual admission. I feel my heart start to beat faster. You need all the home-cooked meals you can get. You'll have much easier time getting a girlfriend once you've bulked up a bit. I shut my mouth with a grimace. Snowball's chance in hell, Hikaru. Snowball's chance in hell. We reach the apartments and head up to the 3rd floor where we live. Mika is puffing with exertion by the time we reach the 2nd landing, and I feel a little guilty for not offering to carry her groceries. Still, her smile is genuinely sweet when she says goodbye at her front door.
I'll bring by some stew later, Hikaru-kun. Thanks for walking me home.
Your voice came back. It's a demo. That's alright. I unlock and enter the apartment, placing my shoes on the rack by the door. Home sweet home. My voice sounds small and depressed. Ugh, time to log some hours into Celestial Crossing before anything else happens to remind me how pathetic I am. Hours later, I'm feeling pretty good about myself. Mika's beef stew is a distant memory now, and the empty dishes are stacked on top of the incomplete homework assignment that I should really get started on. I glance at the clock and realize it's already midnight. Jesus. Crap. I'm gonna fall asleep in class again. It's hard to feel upset about while staring at Nerith's character on screen where the word Max stares back at me in big green letters over the player level. Happy that I've achieved my goals for the day, I save and log off. I realize belatedly that I'm still wearing my uniform when I topple on top of the covers to get some shut-eye. Screw it. Agano-sensei will overlook a wrinkled uniform if she can get me to stay awake the whole day for once. With that final thought in mind, I feel myself peacefully drift into slumber. My dreams decide to pick up right where they left off.
You'd better be okay now, useless.
Hey. Instead of reacting to the new nickname, I'm pretty sure I've earned it by this point. I place a hand on the fully healed wound above my stomach.
That was my last healing spell, so if we get mortally injured by the Lich, we're shit out of luck.
She delivers a quick, perfunctory smack to my shoulder and sneers.
Don't make me regret it.
She shoulders her weapon and leads the way towards a set of stairs that spiral down to the lower level of the keep. I follow, wondering why the layout of the corridor feels so hauntingly familiar. It hits me that I'm dreaming. Oh, yeah, you went to sleep. I'm lucid, but this is definitely a dream. As we continue to trek downwards, the details come to me slowly as if I were dragging a waterlogged boat up from the bottom of a lake. We enter a short, dark corridor that ends in a portal of swirling purple energy. Nether portal? Nerith approaches it fearlessly, even as a final piece snaps into place within my memory. Game. I'm in the game. This is the final level of the Lich Lord's Keep, right before the boss, which means we're about to walk through the portal right into a veritable minefield of magical traps. Nerith is almost within reach, and she gives me a strange look as the two of us pass through the portal. There's no turning back now, and if either of us takes another step, we're going to end up as a smear of charcoal on the floor. We're back. I reach out in a blind panic and snatch at Nerith's arm, ready to yank her out of harm's way. Nerith, however, is having none of it. Not used to being manhandled, she fights against my grip, squawking in outrage.
Hands off, useless.
I failed to take into account how much stronger than me she actually is. With a final triumphant jerk, she shook me off, and the momentum carried her that last fateful step into the hallway. We both freeze at the ominous click of a trap triggering. Flames and dark magic shoot out from every conceivable surface, blinding us. Echoing laughter is the last thing we hear as the corridor goes black. We don't even have time to scream. I wake up, gasping like a fish out of water. I can still taste smoke in my mouth, feel magic tendrils crawling across my skin, and then I feel the unmistakable prick of a sharp metal object against my throat.
What have you done?
Attached to the blade is a shaky, purplish gray arm. Attached to that arm is one seriously pissed off elven warlock. I want to shake my head in disbelief, but even my shocked mind realizes that I don't want to accidentally decapitate myself. Impossible, my mind screams. I'm still dreaming. I have to be. But I don't flatter myself that my imagination could come up with these kinds of details. The way her badly cinched clothes are hanging from her body in tatters, barely concealing the important bits and still smoking from the fires of the dream. The way her eyes dart around the room like a cornered animal. I'm about to ask her how she, a character I created for a fictional video game, came to be standing in my bedroom when she suddenly speaks, feeding me to the
Send me back right now or I swear I will gut you where you stay.
How can I send you back if I have no idea how... Oh. End of demo. Wow. That was pretty damn good. That was good. I mean, short game, but again, it's a demo. If I can find the full version, I'll be sure to play that. And I hope the audio turned out well in this one. Thank you for playing. Yes, I liked it. Well, that was Celestial Crossing. I hope you liked it. Anyways,